Hi everyone, I'm Maggie Weldon from maggiescrochet.com, and I'm here to introduce you to 5 new videos which focus on one stitch, which is called the seed stitch. And the seed stitch is basically single crochet in a chain 1 space and then chain 1 again, and then when you come back in the following rows you just single crochet in the chain 1 space again and chain 1. So it's a beautiful effect that stitch has, and sometimes when you use a really light yarn it tends to look a little bit like knitting. So the projects that we're going to include in this set of 5 are the hat that you see here, and this is started with a single crochet circle at the top, and then you just do the seed stitch all the way down the side of the hat. And this was worked in a bulky weight yarn, so it's very quick and easy. The skill is very easy to do. Now the next thing that I'm going to show you how to do, actually Christina is going to show you how to do these, and I'm going to go to a close-up to show you how to do these. This one is a dishcloth, and this is using the seed stitch in rows, and then there's 2 or 3 rounds of seed stitch on the border to finish it off. And then we have an afghan to show you how to do, and that's using the seed stitch also. And this is what the sample of that afghan looks like. And for this you use 2 strands of worsted weight yarn and a Q hook, and so this works up super quick. And you can see the repeat of the seed stitch right here, and this actually changes colors every 2 rows, so you can keep the color changes on the side. So, and then we're going to show you the basic seed stitch, which looks like this also. And then last but not least, we're going to show you how to make this belt, which could also double for a scarf. And this is super easy. And you leave a long end on your starting chain, and then you join on with a single crochet across, and then you finish off at the end leaving a long end. So there's no ends to sew in, so that's like the best part of the whole design. So anyway, we're going to take you to a close-up now, and Christina is going to show you how to make these beautiful projects. And make sure that you comment and share and subscribe to our channel, and the links to everything are listed below. And I really want you to visit maggiescrochet.com for all of your crochet supplies. Thank you very much for watching.
Hey everybody, it's Christina from Maggie's Crochet, and today I'm going to help you with this beginner's belt. This is a super easy pattern. Turns out a really nice colorful belt with this great fringe on the end. I want to show you these couple of examples before I get started. So this one is 7 rows. It uses 3 different colors. This was actually worked with a really fine yarn doubled, and that gives you a little extra fringe here at the end. This one, let's see, they did a couple extra rows on this one, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rows on this one. This one was worked with a single strand of yarn, and then they added some extras on for the tassels at the end. This is a great way to use up scrap yarn if you want to do like just 1 row of each color, or I mean it really doesn't take that much yarn to do. So let's get started. I'll show you how we're going to do this. You're going to need a couple different colors of yarn. I do suggest at least 3 different colors. The pattern will turn out best that way. So with whatever color you're going to use first, go ahead and chain. Well, in your pattern it's 176. I've only done 20 here to make things go a little bit faster, but do make sure you leave a nice long tail for your fringe. So when you have all your chains on, like I said, you'll be doing 176. You're going to skip the chain closest to your hook and do a single crochet in the 2nd chain, right like that. Okay, and then you're going to do the following pattern the rest of the way across. Chain 1, skip the next chain stitch, and single crochet into the one after that. So here's a single crochet, there's a chain stitch, skip that one, and then single crochet right here. And then we'll just keep doing that all the way across. Chain 1, skip a chain, single crochet into the following one. So just go ahead and do that all the way to the end of your belt. So at the end of that first row, you'll end with a single crochet in the last chain stitch, then just cut your yarn and finish it off, again leaving a nice long tail. Now I'm working this with a single strand of a worsted weight yarn, so right now I've got 2 fringes here on the side. If you're working with a double strand of yarn, then obviously you'll have some more ends, which will, you know, help fill out your fringe later, but this is fine for now. We can always add more. So when you finished with your first row, grab whatever color you want to use next. I think I'm going to use this slightly darker pink here. Get that on your hook, again leaving a nice long tail. And we're not going to flip our work while we're doing this belt. You know, normally we finish here, we'd flip it over and start at the other side, but we're just going to kind of typewriter over to exactly where we started from. So find the first single crochet you worked, which is right here. Insert your hook into there. You've got your slip knot on your hook, and then just go ahead and join with a single crochet. So I've inserted my hook, I'll do a yarn over, pull through, I've got 2 loops on my hook, and I'll just finish it like a single crochet, again leaving this nice long tail for my fringe. So we've done that, and then we're going to start working our pattern, only this time, since we have a row before us, we'll be working our single crochets into the chain 1 spaces. See how we kind of have these holes here? Here's where a single crochet was. Here's the hole where we did a chain and didn't work a stitch into the foundation chain. So I'm going to work a single crochet right into there, chain 1. I'll skip this single crochet and I'll work a single crochet into this chain 1 space. So I'll continue doing that, chain 1, single crochet 1, and I'll do that all the way across. So at the end of this row, the second row, you'll do a single crochet into that chain 1 space, and then you'll only have 1 single crochet left. Go ahead and work a single crochet right in on top of that. Okay, and that's the end of that row, so we'll cut us a nice long tail. Don't worry about trying to get them all even, because we can come back and trim them up when we're done. So just make sure you leave enough. Tie that off pretty well, and that's the second row. I think for the third row I'm going to work in white, because that'll make my other colors really pop nicely. Oh, leave a long tail. I'm used to leaving short ones, but we'll leave a long one for this. So again, once you're done with that row, don't turn, just slide back over to where you started from. Now for this row, we'll join the same way. There's our first single crochet of the row. Make sure your free end is off to the right, off to the side, and we'll work a single crochet right here into this stitch. Great, there, now it's all joined together. So for this row, we'll start again with the chain 1. Chain 1. Skipping that single crochet, there's a chain 1 space we can work right into right there. There's a chain 1 space, we'll work a single crochet right there. And you'll continue doing this all the way across. You can see now how the colors are starting to kind of jot down into the row below it. This is a really nice way to do stripes. So I'm going to keep doing this. This is row 3 that I'm working on now with the white. I'll keep repeating rows 2 and 3 until I finish 7 rows. And then once I've done that, I will come back and show you how to add on some extra tassels on the end. So once you've done all 7 rows of your belt, or well, in my case, the mini belt, you could be done if that's enough fringe for you. But if you want to add more fringe, which you probably will, this is how you're going to do it. First, I went ahead and I trimmed all my ends to be roughly even. It's not an exact science, but I basically found the shortest one and trimmed them all to be even with that. Then you take your yarn, same color, and you want to make it, cut off a piece that's about double the size of your fringe. So like there's one length there's 2 length, and I'll give it just about maybe an inch or so extra beyond that. Again, you can always trim it off later. Now once you've got that, go ahead and fold it in half, match up the ends, and then find the center point. Now you don't want to thread this on a needle because, well, if you thread it on a needle, you won't be able to get the needle back off of it. Let me show you what I mean. We're going to take this and going in through the very edge of one of your single crochet stitches. See, I picked up 2 loops on my hook there. Grab the center part of the piece we just cut off and just pull that through. We don't want to pull the whole thing through, we just want to get that little loop. See, if you had the needle on there, now you wouldn't be able to get it off because I don't want to pull both of these strands through. I want to reach through the center of the loop that I just pulled through, grab these 2 strands, and then pull them tight. This is called a lark's head knot, maybe some other things too, but that's what I've always heard it called. And that way you get a couple extra strands of fringe. So you want to go through and do that for each color, or if you wanted, you know, say this light pink to be more predominant, you might only do the light pink ones if that's what you wanted to be more predominant, but I'd probably go through and do it for each one. So I have a nice fringe, and then you can always go back and trim your ends even again if you need to. So that's that. I do suggest you working this with at least 3 colors. Let me show you real quick. This is a sample I worked up with only 2 colors, and you can see how, since, like, you know, the white is every even row and the green's every odd row, we end up with this kind of vertical stripe effect, which is okay. It's not a bad thing, but know that if you only use 2 colors, that's what it would look like. So I do recommend at least 3 colors. Probably you don't want to get it too complicated, but like I said, this is a great opportunity to use up scrap yarns. You could have like a whole lot of different colors of pinks or blues or whatever you happen to have laying around. So I hope this has been an informational video for you. You can find the links down in the description for the pattern for this on maggiescrochet.com, as well as the materials I used. And if you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching.
And this is the 3rd part, which we're going to do the edging round. So at the end of row 13, so what that is to just go between these 2 shells and go into that space right there and work a single crochet like that. So then